Hello, and today is December the 3rd, 2024, and I'm going to s- explain my solution to the day 2 of Advent of Code 2024. I have used Elixir, and this is the basic format of the input, a list of lists of numbers. Let me show my puzzle input. You see, it, it varies in length, and you basically have to convert this into a list of numbers and check if these numbers are safe or not. For instance, for part 1, this one is safe because it's it's decreasing, and there's not a big difference between the numbers. The two adjacent levels can differ by, actually, they if they differ by more than less than 1 or more than 3, they are not safe. So it's a basic calculation. Using I solved it using Advent of Code. Oh, sorry. I solved it using Livebook and Claude. So I asked a very few direct questions to Claude, and then it helped me to define the safe function by defining a monotonic function, a valid adjacent diff function. You see here what I mentioned: bigger than 0, smaller than 4. And also, I also asked uh, Claude how to parse the input. The the input parsing is useful for part 1 and part 2. Every Advent of Code problem has two parts. And then, yes, so this was written by Claude. This was also written by Claude, I mostly wrote this. And this one where you can, in part 2, you have to check if when you remove an element, an unsafe list of numbers becomes safe. So for instance, these two here, if you remove one element, they become safe. They were previously unsafe. And that's it. So I called this function weakly safe, and I use it. Yes, I didn't need ChatGPT for that, only for ChatGPT Claude. I mostly use ChatGPT, that's why I'm confusing. Uh, I asked it to create this remove one element, but you see it's nothing very difficult. You just have to do a for, create an enum with index list, and delete elements, which is not actually deleting my, but creating a new list without one element. And then I just copy past task 1 to task 2 here, using instead of using safe, I used weakly safe. I put my input here. This is not all my input. My input is very big. I believe it's 1000 lines. This is part of my input. And then I ran here task 1 and task 2 with my real input, and I got the numbers, and it was okay. This one, I believe it was easier than day 1, but I, I cannot be so sure. Maybe tomorrow I will do day 3. I'm not sure. I'm doing when I can and if I want to. And another way of learning by following Advent of Code is by reading other people's solution. So what I'm going to do now, not in this video, is that I'm going to read solutions to day 1 and day 2 in Erlang and Lean. That's it. Thank you very much. Bye bye.